Ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, welcome to The Week with me, Comrade Fatso. We took a small break, we come back, and all of a sudden, everything's upside down. Jinimbi and Mari Chiwenga have been in jail enough times to make us think that maybe Kunimahotera Mukati or something. And our MPs are complaining, saying, please help us to use these tablets. We are used to iPhones. Teach us how to use these Samsung things. Ah, yeah, such problems. But first, Mealie Meal, aka Hupfu, aka the starch of the people. After several regular months of cash, bread, and fuel shortages, the government decided to spice things up a little by adding a Mealie Meal shortage. Eheka, Doinonzi innovation. If you're in Zimbabwe, you've probably come across one meandering queue, or you may even be watching this video from a queue at the moment. For those of you not from Zimbabwe, you need to understand that Zimbabwe without Mealie Meal is like America without obesity, like Nigeria without juju, like South Africa without xenophobia. It is unthinkable. Sadza for Zimbabweans is a symbol of success. Being able to have it every day means you are doing very well, very well. The recent shortages have seen Mealie Meal prices shoot up, and now the government are saying they'll give people Mealie Meal coupons. Fingers are now being pointed about who is behind this Mealie Meal shortage. We now hear there is a Mealie Meal cartel. Others are saying it's because government cut funding to millers, and of course there's drought. But Mealie Meal cartel, that's so Zimbabwe. Other countries have drug cartels, but Isuzu no. Got cartels for Mealie Meal and Sadza. The situation has now reached another level. Recently, a headmaster in the Eastern Highlands was caught stealing chibage. Meanwhile, in Harare, the ZRP recovered over 5,000 tons of Mealie Meal in a miller's warehouse. Comrades, how do you recover something where it's supposed to be? It's like saying you discovered 10 tons of chalk in classrooms. If you're going to insist on going on a propaganda offensive, please make sure it's actually good propaganda. At the end of the day, after all the theatrics are said and done, the buck stops with our Hurumende and their cartelization of our economy. They are failing to feed their own people. Full stop. Comrades, what's happening? Everything is in US dollars now. From chicken in, to duty, to passports, to fuel. Even Zim dancehall concerts are demanding Mayusa now. So now the question on everyone's minds is the Zimbabwean economy de-dollarizing or re-dollarizing? Well, everyone except civil servants, because the only way civil servants are getting paid in US dollars is if Zimta get into a time machine and go back to the Tendai BT days. But fear not, comrades. Our RBZ governor, no, not Kudatagwire, our governor John Bonot Mangudjka wants us to believe that the de-dollarization program is going ahead well. In his recent monetary statement, Mangudjka actually said that these are all signs that de-dollarization is going smoothly. John, really? That's like going to your doctor to say that the medicine he prescribed isn't working, and he's like, Dara, yeah, you might die, but the medicine, I look to fire. In more embarrassing news for the nation, Africa's football governing body, CAF, has ruled that Zimbabwe will not be able to use any of its local stadiums for international matches. This means that we will have to go and see the Warriors play the African Cup of Nations or World Cup qualifiers in neighboring countries. Dear corrupt Zifa, fix it. We were already going to have a generation of young people growing up who had never seen money being withdrawn from an ATM. Now we're also going to have a generation that has never watched the Warriors play to National Sports Stadium. Shame. Recently, we heard our judges saying, like wine, judges get better with age. Why were they saying this? Well, it was in response to questions about ED's constitutional amendment bill, which proposes extending judges' tenure after they reach retirement age. Our judges love this suggestion because this part of the constitutional amendment bill is all about ED keeping his captured judges in their jobs. I mean, why would you want new judges when these guys have been so loyal?
These hoes ain't loyal, no they ain't. Whoa, these hoes ain't loyal.
I mean, Judge President Chiweshe is the one who ruled that Mugabe's dismissal of Mnangagwa from ZANU-PF was illegal. Then High Court Judge Charles Hungwe ruled that the 2017 coup that was not a coup was actually legal. Then Judge Malaba tops it off by dismissing the MDC's challenge of ED's poll victory in 2018. I mean, if these guys ain't loyal, I don't know who is. They're like an inseparable band, Emerson and Orchestra Toriga Kwajo. If you want to fight against the Constitutional Amendment Bill number 2 and protect the little democratic space that we have left in Zim, then follow Crisis Coalition. Crisis Coalition are planning a nationwide campaign to mobilize citizens to reject the bill. Thanks for joining us on The Week. Follow Magama TV on social media. I've been Comrade Fatso. You have been the people. This has been The Week. Thank you and futzak.